Sorry. I hope you're back. Hope you're back. I'll play us something real quick till we get everybody back. Something exciting. Ooh, that's a good one. Hopefully it's still here. Old school rockalele. That is a I got it. Fuck, dude, that was brutal. That was brutal. All right, looks like we got everybody back, but I still got lag. So I just upgraded to Monterey. Thank you. Apple died with Steve Jobs. I'm going to reschedule for 6:45. I'm going to try and fix this. I'm sorry, guys. So stay tuned. I'll send out another thing in just a sec. I'm sorry. Facebook people, it will only be on YouTube unless I screw it up again. If I screw it up again, let me check and see. Am I clean here? Ooh, that isn't bad. Yeah, that isn't bad. Why is this one late? Ah, we're on time now. Okay, I'm good. We don't need to shut her down. Woohoo. Whoa. God, that was horrible. Well, how's everybody else doing this morning? Hopefully you had a better start to the morning than I did here. I'm here, right? You guys can hear me? Somebody give me a good man or something? No, we're good. We're good. Stay here. Stay here. Ah. All right. Somebody's saying something. Yep, Facebook user. All right. Good to see you, Facebook user. Is that Pat? Hopefully it's Pat. I feel bad. I think, sweet. I think Pat thought I yelled at him the other day. All right. So, so what's going on? What's everybody doing? Anything happening? Georgios has been doing work. So what's up? Yeppo, what are you doing? Huh? Ah, I see you. What are you guys doing? That's cute, guys. Audio will be a little shaky, I think, because of the rain. You can probably hear it. It's, you know what? I'm going to try and fire up. Here we go. I'm going to break it, guys. I need my co-pilot. I need Marshmallow. Working Scoot with Fern. How's it going? I'll go back through the setup move drill with Cupcake. She needs to do that. Probably try and put an actual hoop on Cupcake. Yeah. Try and get that today. That would be pretty awesome. And we'll do some of the spot and pedestal work. That's kind of what I got planned. I mean, not like I have a plan or anything, but you know. Right on. So John, when you get her in, get her engaged, and then dismiss her. You want the engagement in there momentarily, enough to get her trigger tripped, and then you want to dismiss her. Uh-oh. You're going to be a shotgun wedding. Hope it was I hope it was intentional. It was funny. We had a situation with a couple of dogs and a friend's dog, and they tied up, and it wasn't an okay situation, right? And I didn't know about it at first, right? And everyone is upstairs, and they're all stressed. And I walk in, and they're like, "Oh my God, Ron, such and such and such and such tied up." And I looked at them all horrified. They were all terrified, right? And I looked at them and I went, "Puppies!" Because what else are you going to do at that point in time, right? What else are you going to do at that point in time? I think I might have just broke shit again. Yeah, or 30 seconds of good engagement, John. Doesn't have to be super fleeting. That one's clean. Look, I got the busted cam set up, right? That's kind of cool. So we can do throwing with trajectory in it. That's kind of cool. Second litter. All right. Taking the world by storm. All right. So what's going on, guys? What is happening? So I was happy to see that the world was still intact this morning when I woke up. Went to bed last night. I was curious. I was hoping. Yeah. Yep. So cool. Let's see. Georgios, that video, the Epi video, I think it's this one. Yeah. Yep. How old is the little one, Antonis? Got it on super low latency. It should be fast. All right, so let's do some cookie work with the cupcake. Epic. Over here, we'll put you on the ball. You like the ball. You like it. King. Good, chill. Oh no, king. King. Wow, that guy. Get up there. Holy cow. Did you see that, guys? That was a double dog. Double dog name there. Yes. 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 Excuse me. Dude. Yes. 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 Good girl. Whoa, look at her. Yes. Oh. Yes. Good girl. Wow, that was awesome. Go do dog stuff. So 3 reps clock. Eye contact. I mark it. I present the lure. So her eye contact makes the action happen. Super critical for the young dog. Right? I want the eye contact to make that happen. I don't have to do it all the time. The cake of the cup. That's right. I don't have to do it all the time. But, oh, wow. She's so talented. But I definitely want that idea that the tricks start and stop with eye contact. Yes, good girl. Yes. Oh, what happened? All right. So when I mark on that match, if she's on it, I'm going to mark and I'm going to activate that stop. I'm going to activate that second hand. Eye contact. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Good girl. Right? And that match in the back, when I mark it, if she's on the lure, right? Her being on the lure, yes, yes, activates that lure. One more of those. Yes. Yes, good girl. Awesome, great work. Go do dog stuff, holy cow. Right, and on that one, I actually didn't mark the match. I marked when she picked up the second hand. So this is interesting. When we do this, we want the dog to take the hand-to-hand transfer, right? So that I can do this to this, this to this, this to this for the rear cross, this to this for the front cross, and the dog will take the hand-to-hand transfer regardless if it's the non-throwing hand. Many disc dogs will not even look at the left hand, right? So we want to make sure we give cookies from both hands, and then when we match, boom, we want to match. This one disappears, that one keeps going, right? And the dog will get used to this match and then taking the active lure, right? And then we can do this without the match, right? One thing to keep in mind when I get in the back, ready? Boom! Where's she gonna go, right? Excuse me. Funny, Epi. So if I go back here and I match, come on, hot stuff. Boom, and I split them like that, she's gonna be confused as to which way to go. She happened to choose well. You chose wisely. Yes, good girl. Yes, yes. And I'll pump her full of cookies here. And I'll push her back. Yes, good girl. Wow, that was great. Yes. Oh, what happened? Yes, yes. Good girl. Wow. That is great. Holy friggin' cow. Get back. Yes. Good girl. All right. And you can tell that you can see that I forego, or I forewent, I guess. Oops. What am I doing here? I didn't take the eye contact. Epi, stop. Boom. Boom. Pow. Yes. You guys can see this, right? Yeah. Push her back. Good work, dragon. Boom. Yes. Yes. Ah, good. King, dude. I'll get it for you. Good work. All right. One more. You ready? I'll go back to the eye contact. Yes. 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 I don't know if you noticed, but that rep, yes, was far smoother than the reps that I was not marking on, right? Happy, just chill, just chill. And I'm gonna do the through movement. I did not do that the other day. So I'm gonna do the through. I'm gonna send the dog around with the lure. I'm just gonna keep luring. And then I'm gonna pass it between my legs as I step back. And I'll pay her, and I'll do that in both the clock and counter direction. And then I'm gonna work the crosses. And then we'll sit and talk, Antonis, about that with you and your puppy. Come on, hot stuff. So I'm gonna pull her around. I'll get her out here, right? And then I'm gonna step back, yes, and pull her through. Right, so we're going clockwise. This will be a clockwise through. Yes. Yes, good girl. And you can see, maybe you can see now that, that I am marking the match. Yes. Oh. Yes, good girl, right? And that marking of the match is going to draw, come on, hot stuff, is going to draw attention to it. Yes, good girl. Yes. Yes, good. And it's really going to sharpen that up. Awesome. Go do dog stuff. So that's clockwise through. Again, I'm getting her out to here. And then I'm stepping back to pull her through. And you can see that that sucks her right in there. Gosh darn it. That sucks her right in there. All right. So we're going to go counterclock. I'll take the eye contact. Yes, I'll activate. Come on, hot stuff. Yes. Yes, good girl. King, off. Good man. Wait, dude, King, off. King, stall. Good work, Epi. Good work, King. All right, so I'll take the eye contact. Yes, step back, yes. Yes, good girl. Wow, that girl, awesome. So I've got clock and counter through. I can do a front cross. See that she's on heel, or I'm sorry, side. Now she's on heel. Come on, you can get it. Yes. So she's on heel. Now she's on side. And I'll do that facing you. Come on, hot stuff. Here we are in heel. I'll switch, match. Now we're inside, right? From here, from heel position, I will lure her forward, match, yes. Pay her, now we're inside. We're inside. I'll scoop her forward, match, turn, yes. Now we're in heel. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Awesome. Go do dog stuff. 3 front crosses, 3 rear crosses. Again, that's all based off of this hand-to-hand transfer, right? And that's the reason that I'm marking that match. When my dog sees this and they're on it, I'm going to mark it. The cookie will activate. That will tell them, sweet, I'm doing it. Sweet, I'm going after that. It will also draw attention to that. Yes, right? So she knows that transfer happens. A lot of times we get lazy and we do this, and I can totally do this. You can totally do this too. right? You can go like this and pull around and dog will do it, right? But we really want foundationally, boom, an actual transfer. Yes, good girl, right? Not this metaphorical transfer. Yes. This actual transfer from, where am I at? From here to here, right? That is, when I do a front cross, I'm going to point right at you, and then I'm going to switch, right? And that actual transfer, boom, pow, or boom, pow, right? Can just as easily be that, right? This, the reason that we're here and here, you see the shoulders turn. Watch the plane of my body. It's facing 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock. 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock. 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And this here is going to be like a block or a pressure thing that we could sweep that dog with. Yeah, we could sweep her with. All right, I'm going to do one more thing here. So I'll take eye contact, or the cessation of sniffing, or the orientation to me. Yes, good girl. And I'll toss that cookie out there so she sees it. Oh no, I need Charlie Bears. Let me get some Charlie Bears. Good work, Dragon. Good job, Kingaling. All right, so I can also work this on the run, and I want to work it on the run. Come on, hot stuff. What, dude. So I'll take the cessation of sniffing. I'll mark it. I don't like this trolling behavior, right? So let me mark the cessation of it, yes. And I'll toss a cookie out there. And as she's coming in, I'm going to pick her up with that lure. Yes, good girl. Yes. Oh, that was a score. Yes, good girl. And I can toss that cookie out there, right? When she orients, remember I was talking about, yes, getting that early expression of the orientation. So as she orients, yeah, you found it, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Yes, good girl. Yes, yes, good girl. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, she's amazing. So that one, yes, good girl. We'll go counter. Oh, what happened? So left hand. I don't think I'll do that, Ron. I'm running around, we're doing cool shit. I don't think I'm gonna do that one, right? So I'll stop, I'll kill the game for a moment. I'll take her eye contact. Yes, toss it out there. Whoa. When she orients, yes, boom, yes. Uh-oh. Oh, what happened? I'll take the eye contact, yes. Gosh darn it, Butterfingers, ruining this. You ready? Take the eye contact, yes, I'll lure. Yes, yes, good girl. Right, and this orientation here, I want her to come back to me earlier from the environment. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Uh-oh. She's following this leg, right? When I step forward on the mat, she's following that leg. I want her to follow the hand, right? She doesn't have that. She doesn't have that solid. Yes. 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 And I can probably disguise that a little now that I've recognized it. Cupcake. Yes, good girl. Uh-oh. Come on. Yes. Yes. Awesome. I can do the backwards through there. I'll wait for the troll to end. When the troll ends, yes, I'll toss the cookie. Yes, good girl. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Look at her pushback. Yeah, you can go out front for that. Yeah, we can go out front for that. And I'm going to scoot her this time. Yes. Oh, let's try that again. So now she's approaching while she's eating. Those few marks of yes, of her approach. Yes, good girl. Those couple marks of her approach, and she's now eating on the way in. She's running on the way in. Still trolling. Pretty typical puppy stuff. I'll take her orientation. Yeah, she's got lots of cookies laying around too. I'll wait for the troll, yes, to stop, scoot, boom, uh-oh. Eye contact, yes. Turn her around. So I've lost that. I'm gonna go back to pumping her, yes, full of cookies here. Yes, yes, and I'll pump her full of cookies. I'll push her back, all right? I'll toss her out front. And now I should have a pretty stable, yes, good girl. Come on. Nope, I'm scaring her. I'm scaring her. Okay, go do dog stuff. All right, so went too far. Probably shouldn't have added the movement. I wanted to show you guys the movement though, because you can take that skill. King, king, yes. Dude, epic, epic. Come on, dude, go do dog stuff. Okay, so let me recap because that didn't go as planned, but it's kind of standard. I shouldn't have been so arrogant about her ability. The cupcake is supernatural, right? She's superstar cupcake, but stretching it out like that, probably not the best thing, right? So when I started throwing the cookies, right? She's trolling, right? She looks up, yes, and a cookie's activated, right? That reinforces her looking up. It's the first piece of the shaping process for re-engagement, right? And towards the middle of when I was throwing cookies, she was eating her cookie and turning around and running back towards me while she was still eating it, rather than chomp, 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 and then looking up, like much later. So what I was doing there was reinforcing, uh-oh, I hope I don't get like whacked by lightning or something. I have this ringing in my ear. I was reinforcing her hooking up. This, yes. She's sniffing on the ground, the head comes up, yes. Both of those, if she's not looking at me, the first thing that I need to do to come to you, if you're me, if you're the handler, I'm the dog, the first thing that I need to do to come to you is to look or to orient my body. So I was marking that. And then later, I will pick she orients her body and she looks up at me maybe. I'll take that criteria. And then I will shape that until I'm only marking when she gets to me, right? I'll ask for more and more and more. And then marking and working on her return and retrieve won't be a focus, right? So I was doing that. I was also marking her releasing the sniffing of the ground, right? I was paying with the activation of the lead. And I think that is really, really important stuff. Like really important stuff. And it worked to some degree. should have stopped at the 3 rounds, 3 backwards around, 3 backwards through, 3 backwards through, and the weave. Like, I don't know, how long have I been working there? 15 minutes? Can't believe the puppy fucking checked out on you after like 15 minutes. Fucking dumbass, greedy bitch, Hollywood trainer. Don't be Hollywood when people are watching, when you're on a live stream. Don't do that. Don't do that, right? It's hard not to. Don't be a greedy bitch. Like, dude, the first part was fucking epic, right? Epic, epic. Yes, good man. It was completely epic, right? Like, it was awesome. What the fuck am I continuing on for, right? I have to show off for you guys, right? Or I have to teach you guys, or, wow, this is going really well, let's keep going. Don't do that, right? If you stay on the table, you're gambling, right? It was a gamble. Anything over 2 minutes with a puppy is a gamble. I think everyone here would agree with that, right? So if you're gambling and you don't leave the table, you will lose all your money, the end, right? Don't be a greedy bitch. Get on, get hot, get off. Get on, get hot, get off. So way too long a lesson. And then when I brought her in on the run, like yesterday, we had that really nice scoot, and to start statically, we had this really nice scoot. And we could assume that she was like learning the behavior, getting better at it. She might even kind of know it, right? And she had no clue. The moment the situation changed and she was moving a little bit, she noticed my movement, she noticed the hand going the wrong way, and she ran away. And that is standard, guys. That's the difference between performance and understanding. When I did this with her yesterday in the first couple reps of the scoot that worked today, I was taking care of her understanding. I put it right in the same stuff we worked, and I did it perfectly, or quote unquote perfectly, as best I could. And it worked. So I was like really handling that. And when she was running in, right, I couldn't handle it. She had to generalize what she knew, and she fucking broke. Right? And she broke. She just had no idea what was happening, and then I'm oafing around, stomping around, right? And she's like, get me the fuck out of here. This guy's crazy. Important thing, if you're a really good handler, you can fool yourself, your dog, and the team into thinking you know the skill. You totally can. Like, I can handle all this stuff that I do. If the dog wants a Frisbee, if your dog wants a Frisbee, all this stuff that I do with the setup moves and the flat work and all that shit, we can pretty much have it taken care of in 3 to 5 reps, right? But the problem is the dog doesn't know what they're doing, right? And the team is relying on the superstar quarterback, right? Nobody knows how to run a pattern. Nobody knows how to do anything. The quarterback just makes it all happen. And really good handlers can do that. You should do that, right? But when you do that, you cheat the dog and the team of the learning. And you cheat the handler out of being able to observe what it is the dog does and how the dog does it, right? We can make it happen, no problem. But that isn't the point, right? The setup move drill here, it isn't the point to get the setup moves. The point is to get the following, the hand-to-hand transfer, right? And to get the pressure. So while I'm doing this, when I'm stepping back and stepping forward, right? She's learning to read that pressure. She reads this pressure. Come on, hot stuff. She reads this pressure. She matches. She reads that pressure. Yes. Wow. Right? She reads this pressure. She reads that pressure. I don't give a fuck about the moves, man. I want her to know those things. If she knows those things, I can do any move. Yesterday when I busted out the rear cross on her with the cookie, I knew she was going. right? Because she's getting this idea of the hand-to-hand transfer and that pressure movement. So, yeah, all right. All right, let me check out chat. Any questions or anything? Good morning. That's awesome. Super cool, Kim. I hope you're digging it. If you watch the playback, if you want to jot the time codes down when it switches, that would be freaking terrific. Any of you guys who are like regular watchers, right? If you guys will, if you're watching like after, when we change, so like the next thing I'm going to set up a chapter marker, and then time code looks something like 40, that's 42 seconds, 23, 33, right? Or 1, 23, 24, that would be 1 hour, 23 minutes, 24 seconds, right? When we change gears, if you could just like jot down that time code in a comment, that would be awesome. Because I have to go back through all of these streams sometime and put up the time codes of when the lessons happen. Because, you know, the lessons are pretty good and they're embedded in a 3-hour thing. It's not easy to find. And I'd like them to be easy to find so people come and search them and surf them and hang out. Yeah. Super awesome though, Kim. She is a superstar cupcake. Correct. Yes means you're correct. And 85% of the time you will expect a meaningful, positive consequence. Right? Antonis, is getting out of the crate a cookie? Oh, reinforcement versus payment. Don't let me forget that. So everybody, is getting out of the crate a cookie? That's a great way to phrase it too. Yeah, fucking Georgios, way to ruin the fucking grand rhetorical question. Way to ruin it, like usual. Oh, what am I going to do here? I need to get my face out from... Let me shrink that, actually. Shrink it and lower it. Yeah, anything reinforcing. The cookie, a cookie is whatever makes the behavior more likely to happen. That's what a cookie is. Right? We've got this problem with payment and reinforcement. Payment, I can't pay that behavior. It's not good enough. I'll get shitty work in the future. That dog will go and fucking party on my dime and I'm not having that. Right? Reward, I can't reward that behavior. It's not good enough. It will send the wrong message and my dog will be manipulative in that manner forever. Right? I'm not rewarding that. I can't reward that. Reinforcement says if the dog isn't doing it, the dog needs more cookies. The dog needs more reinforcement in order to do the skill, right? So when I'm giving cookies, I'm not paying the dog. I am paying the dog sometimes, like a discrete transfer, discrete transaction. I am paying the dog sometimes. But very, very frequently, I'm reinforcing the dog. I'm putting cookies, I'm putting meaningful consequences attached to the marker in order to make it happen in order to make it more likely to happen in the future. I'm reinforcing behavior with a meaningful consequence that has been predicted and isolated in time and space with the marker, right? This idea of there's no such thing as a reinforcer. There's absolutely no such thing as a reinforcer. No such thing. The reinforcer is part process and part thing. When I give a cookie, I don't know if it's a reinforcer or not until the behavior either gets better or gets worse. At which point in time, I will find that that cookie was either a reinforcer or a punisher. What do you think of that? All right, what do you think of that? Yeah, Giorgio, stop, dude. You're fucking stealing my thunder, man. Leave me alone. And I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking. You can totally spout off what I'm gonna say, no problem. I appreciate it, actually, right? It keeps me on track as well. But you are kind of like driving the conversation. If you want to know what the future looks like, just read Giorgio's comments. That's what the future is going to look like. So this idea of a cookie, right, as payment, we're really wired to that. And as payment, my cookies fucking suck, dude. My cookies are really, really fucking dumb as payment, right? They don't work as payment. They don't work as a reward, right? My markers suck as payment. Yeah, right? My markers, they suck as payment, man. They're not for payment. They're for reinforcement, right? So I'm marking behaviors to isolate the behavior in time, and then I am providing a meaningful consequence that reinforces the behavior that I want. And 85% of that time, it's a cookie. 15% of that time, it's flat and nothing. It's a null marker, just you're correct, right? And that would only be happening with, you can see it here a couple times. Epi gets up on the thing, I tell him yes, and I leave, right? And I don't pay him. That would be the 15% where they're not getting paid. Other than that, there's a meaningful consequence attached to that. And we get fucked up if we think it's got to be a cookie. Ooh, it's got to be awesome and wonderful and discreet. I have to give it to the dog, right? So when I mark yes and I present the action of the lure and I take it away, that's 100 times more reinforcing than giving that dog that cookie. 100 times more reinforcing. The moment the dog gets the cookie, they're like, this is awesome. Flatlines for a moment. 250 milliseconds, if I recall. Right? So when you eat the cookie, ooh, there's a cookie coming. My brain is going apeshit, right? Oh, this is amazing. How's it going to taste? I can't wait. You know, my body is craving the sugar. I need the calories, right? You know, fitness points. I need them. You put it in your mouth, and everything flatlines, right? And then you need that neurochemical stoke again, right? So when the dog actually eats the cookie, it is flatline. Right? So the high, the stuff that's really tripping the neurochemical shit is happening when the cookie is being presented and when I might get the cookie. That's when it's high. That's when the shit is live, right? And so that leads to all kinds of non-discrete cookies, like a lure, the presentation of the lure. You look at me, attention, yes, okay, let's go to work. That's a cookie, right? Let's see. Dog is lying down in the crate, looks out at me, you know, little eye contact there, boom. I capture it, soft ambient eye contact. I'm passed out and I look at you. Oh, what's up there, Georgios? Yes, huh? And then I open the crate and let the dog out, right? And that's a cookie. So the cookie aspect of it is not the thing, it's the process and the result of that process, right? And we shortcut it like humans do and make it a thing, like space, right? The idea of space meaning nothing, right? Like empty, yeah? That's not a thing. Space is not a thing. Space is no thing. But in order for us to talk about it and do experiments on it and all this stuff, we have to thingify it, right? Space is a property, not a thing, right? So that is really, really difficult. Georgios, in the crate again. Yep, just lay down and fucking wait and give me some soft eye contact later. You'll get out, I promise. Right? And the faster you do that, the faster you'll get out. You're a good dog. You'll get it. No problem. So the next is cookie thing, Georgios. Let me go through Georgios' stuff. It's a form of reinforcement. The getting out of the crate is a form of reinforcement. Could be. Getting out of the crate in a thunderstorm or getting out of the crate in a fireworks thing might be a huge punisher. Dog might never want to come out of the crate again, right? Getting out of the crate is it's only a reinforcer if the handler uses it thusly. Right? And when we're reinforcing things as positive trainers, as marker trainers, we use the marker to isolate the thing that we're trying to get better, that we're trying to reinforce, trying to make happen more often, right? Or to try and get value on so that it happens more often or so that that part of the behavior chain we're seeking happens, yeah? And it can be a punisher. Giving cookies to the mouth punishes the down. If I have my dog in a down, right? And I go and give him a cookie, I have punished the down. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, or does anybody have a quibble with that? Right? Are you guys following me? Because if I go over here and I pay him not in the down, I am making the down less likely to happen. I am punishing the down behavior with a cookie. Of course, I'm reinforcing the sit behavior, right? But I'm punishing the down behavior. The opposite of a cookie is not a punisher, it's a removal of that cookie. Right? It's not punishment that's the opposite of the cookie. It's the removal of the cookie. And I can go over here and I can put, fuck, this is positive punishment. That's positive punishment for the down behavior. Man, I'm such a good fucking positive trainer. I positively punish my dogs with cookies. Right? Does that make sense? You guys following that? Somebody talk to me. I'm getting nervous here. Reward and punishment is about the end result. It's about what happens in the future. It's not good and bad. It's not good and bad. Right? When we have punishment and reinforcement wired in our brain is good and bad. And, you know, keep in mind, guys, it is good and bad most of the time, right? It is good and bad. You know, it totally is good and bad almost all the time. Until we need to pull a string or make a move that's going to break loose the behavior that we need, right? Yeah. So what I'm getting at, Alicia, punishment, a punisher reduces the likelihood of that behavior in the future, right? So if I want a down, right, and I go and give him a cookie, and I do it properly, right, he stays down, yeah? So that cookie that I gave reinforced the down. It made the down more likely to happen, yeah? But this next cookie, I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to give him a cookie and I'm going to inadvertently pay him in the wrong place. And now this cookie punished the down. It made the down less likely to happen. I punished that dog with a cookie, right? And we're not really wired to see that. We're not wired to see that. And this idea of the cookie as payment, right? If I paid him, I either wasted my money or I paid him for the sit. If I rewarded him, I either sent the wrong message or I rewarded the sit, right? But if I were reinforcing him, reinforcing or punishing, right? If I were reinforcing him and I paid too high, like I punished that. I didn't reinforce at all. If I pay in the right place, I reinforce the behavior. I know the shit is really hard to talk about because we're trying to thingify, we're trying to make reinforcement and punishment a cookie or something bad. And that's not what reinforcement and punishment are, right? We do that up here in our brains because that's the way it almost always works, and that's the shorthand, and all of our dog training metaphors are based on that, right? But in reality, there's no such thing as a reinforcer. There's no discrete reinforcer anywhere because a reinforcer is dependent upon the analysis after it's given. Right? The cookie's value, was it a cookie? If we're talking about a cookie as a reinforcer, I don't know if that cookie is a cookie until we see if it makes the behavior more likely to happen. And that's fucked up, man. That's why we make it a thing. That's why we make it a cookie, right? As soon as we make it a cookie, then it's like, I just do this, right? So all that shit there, I'm trying to reinforce behavior. Much of the time I'm paying. Much of the time I'm rewarding, right? Most of the time I'm reinforcing, which means I don't have this, I'm going to call it cookie cutter idea of a cookie as a payment, discrete thing. If every marker must be followed by a cookie, right? Hang on, is this going to work? I got to think this out before I say it. If every marker has to be followed by a cookie, right? What happens if the dog I don't even know how to say it, man. That was close, so I might get it. Maybe I'll just blurt it out later in the thing. I'm trying to get at something that says that a bunch of your markers are not resulting in the positive consequence you think they are. The only one who knows whether it's a positive consequence is the dog, right? And because it's a cookie, and because I said yes, it's got to be positive. And that may or may not be true, right? That may or may not be true every bit as much as I may be paying my dog or I may be reinforcing my dog, right? So this weird shit that you're going to see, Antonis, and the rest of you guys who are proper clicker trainers, right? You're going to see me not paying the dog. You're going to see me reinforcing the behavior. When I mark eye contact, right? And I present the cookie, the lure, boom, and I break the lure away, right? This is not nom 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 a cookie, right? But this, after the marker, is exciting. It makes neurochemistry happen, right? Makes neurochemistry happen. It is exciting, right? And it makes the eye contact more likely to happen in the future. Because the eye contact was given, I know eye contact works, it was even marked, motherfucker, I'm right. When I present the lure, the dog is more likely to chase the lure because it's their cookie. So when I mark eye contact, I reinforce the eye contact that it will start the session. If we're not doing anything, the dog will give eye contact faster. And I reinforce the uptake of the lure, right? I don't really care about paying the eye contact. You know what I mean? And I don't care that the lure is going away from the dog, right? Because it's just an exciting cookie chase. It makes the lure, it turns the lure into something that's exciting. What do we got, Alicia? Alicia, I'm gonna hit yours and then I gotta go up because I haven't been following the chat. I've been fucking flapping my gums. Yep, absolutely. Yep, so for the back up, he hits the mat, yes, and you walk to give him a cookie, place too high, and the dog walks off the mat or sits, right? He may think he got paid for coming off the mat. Yeah, or if you put too much payment off the mat, you're reinforcing not on the mat. And we won't know that until the dog starts to not be on the mat, at which point in time we'll go back in time and say, wow, that was not a reinforcer like I thought it was. Right? I think that's awesome, though, that I could positively punish a dog with a fucking cookie, dude. I'm keeping that one. You want to watch me throw a positive punishment on my dog with a cookie? Pick a behavior. I'll do it. I swear. I'm not afraid. All you got to do is pay in the wrong place and you punish a behavior with a cookie. All you got to do is punish in the wrong modality. Too high. Too slow, and you reinforce or punish drive, right? Cookie's not a discrete thing, guys. That would be the payment. That would be the payment frame for the. You pay the eye contact by continuing the training. The payment or the reward for the eye contact would be continued training next. Yep, next thing. Next thing's going to happen. But that's if we're in the payment frame, right? When Cupcake was running in, right? Or when she released, she's out here trolling around, sniffing, and she looks up. I'm not paying her looking up, right? I'm not paying that. I'm reinforcing engagement. I'm shaping the earliest thing that's going to reinforce re-engagement. And when she looks up and I say yes, and boom happens and it runs away from her, that's exciting. That's a fucking cookie. Now when she's out there trolling around, she's like, you know what? I could be fucking doing shit. And she comes in, right? Or she's out here, I could be doing shit. What's Ron doing, right? And then the dog learns, boom, makes action happen. Actions around the handler. What the hell am I doing out here? Right? Does that make sense? Yeah, so reinforcement, not payment. See you, Alicia. Thanks for dropping by. Rain tomorrow for you. It'll rain tomorrow for you. It's right here. It's cooling off. All right, let me cruise up and grab some chat here. Let's run through the chat. I think we got a good discussion going. Welcome to my cult, Georgios. That's a really, really good point. Next can be marked and turned into a secondary reinforcer. Oh, and I have to, before I go any further, yesterday I was talking about putting the criteria in the consequence slot. I'm going to try and demonstrate that today. And when I was talking in the stream, I said I put the marker in the consequence slot. That's not what I'm doing. I'm going to put the the criteria in the consequence slot. Antecedent, the cue, behavior, the behavior we're doing, consequence, A, B, C, right? So, the antecedent, dog is trolling, right? Oh, what's this? I'm sniffing. The antecedent is nothing, is a null state, okay? So nothing's happening, right? The behavior is, look at me, right? The cookie is engagement and chasing the lure, right? The engagement for work, right? So the criteria that I was looking, or the goal, right? The goal that I'm looking for is engagement and uptake of the lure. So I can put that in the cookie slot, or in the consequence slot of ABC. If I'm tending to the energy level and communication within the game, I can just slip that right in there. I do it all the time with the hoop, right? Do it all the time with the hoop. The hoop is my target behavior. The dog reorients, I mark yes, right? Null state, nothing's happening. You're running the wrong way is the antecedent. You turn and look, that's the behavior, right? I mark yes, I tell you to do the thing we're trying to do. The thing that we're trying to do is placed in the cookie slot. It's exciting. Yes, it leads to immediate payment. By placing the criteria or the behavior that we're looking for into the cookie slot or the consequence slot, we wind up turning skills into secondary reinforcers and reinforcing the likelihood that the dog is going to try to achieve the criteria we have set. Does that all make sense? Hopefully it does. Next is not a cookie, but we turn it into one within the context of the game. So it might loom there or look like there's no cookie, but in fact you are also creating cookies by marking. Yeah. Yep, you're drawing attention to the intricacies of the game, and you're making payment dependent upon completion of those intricacies. And you're not just doing it one at a time. Like I say yes and my dog jumps off the pedestal and runs over here and gives me and expects a cookie, right? I'm not interrupting with the cookie all the time. I don't have one piece of reinforcement that I can give in this long behavior chain. I don't have to self-select one tiny little thing. I don't have to isolate that one thing. Hopefully that makes sense. It's fucking hard to talk about, man. Welcome to my cult. You're welcome, Georgios. The most predictable prophet out there. No, Georgios. No, I'm not letting you out. Yeah, that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do, right? We have to ask the dog, my dog barks or my dog's bad. I walk over, I grab the dog, I put him in a crate, right? Or I down the dog. Did I positively punish the dog or did I negatively punish the dog? Or did I punish the dog at all? Maybe he wanted to go to his crate, right? Did I put the crate on him or did I remove the environment from him? Right? Does he want to be in his crate? Ooh, in Frisbee, downing a dog, great punisher, man. When it's high and everything's exciting, it's a great punisher. If you are 5 minutes into your toss and fetch session and the dog is dragging ass and you down the dog, oh, thank God, dude. I was gonna die. Yeah, just give me 20 seconds, I'll be right back on. That's no longer a punisher, right? Punishment, reward, has to do a bunch with situation, and the only one who knows is the dog. Yeah, anytime we talk about positive punishment, positive punishment, positive reinforcement, negative punishment, negative reinforcement, it's confusing, right? But it's literally the easiest way to talk about it. It's the cleanest, most logical way to talk about it. And it's brain melting, Antonis, because it's so simple, right? Space is a thing. It's out there. That what's inside that empty cup, it's space, right? And just by doing that, we've made it a thing. And as soon as we try to talk about it being at once like a thing, that stuff, that nothing that's inside of the space, that thing that we make it so we can talk about it, and we try to tie that into the fact that it's no thing at all in there, right? It's really fucked up. I think physics has this problem. Physics has this problem. Physics treats space as if it's a thing, and it's no thing, right? And so a lot of the hypotheses, a lot of the foundational start is not right. A lot of the causality, I think, is not right. And anybody who starts to break away from thingifying space is now talking about God and esoterica and metaphysics and shit like that, man. Can't have that. And it's really hard, you know? I'm not talking about brain melting stuff. It's only brain melting because we're so wired to see it that way, and our language tries to make it that way. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Georgios. Yep. God, man, I need you here all the time, dude. You fucking serve that shit up. Color commentator style. You're my John Madden. You're my John Madden. By doing the setup moves with Cupcake also installs secondary reinforcers besides delivering the cookie. Yeah, there's a communication method here, and there's a bunch of interaction and drive building that's happening in order for her to do the skill, in order for us to do the skill as a team. Also installs secondary reinforcers, son of a pop, besides delivering the cookie. So afterwards, he can reinforce with eye contact, access to work, luring, etc. Yeah. And the dog is giving. When nothing's happening, the dog does this, right? And the dog does this not to get a nom 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 cookie, right? The dog does this in order to get access to me, not the cookie. I am the fucking cookie. Antonis, you are the fucking cookie. The shit in your hand, it's just food. You're the cookie, not the food. Right? You're the cookie, the food is the reinforcer. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know, man. Something like that. Good morning, Ann. Yeah, the marking is liberal to start out with. I want the dog to have a history of as many things, as many useful things as they can need to be marked and reinforced. So when I mark something and pay it, right, and we do it a bunch and I use it in several situations, that becomes a tool for the dog. That becomes part of their operant toolkit, right? And so when my puppy runs up on a new situation and goes, oh, wow, what's this? She does this. And she does this not to get a cookie. She does this because this is what's required to interact with that situation. So the cookie becomes work, not the cookie in my hand. The cookie in my hand, my dogs leave cookies on the ground all the time. Like, fuck this, let's keep working. I'll pick that shit up later, right? All right. Oh shit, I did want to leave that up. I need to get some things set up here. Anatomy of a behavior. No, don't have it on here. There's a piece, if somebody wants to look it up on Vybe.com called Anatomy of a Behavior. And I take the retrieve behavior. Yeah, okay. I'll let you out. You're fine. You're out, Georgios. You're out. Whining doesn't work. Whining doesn't work. I only let you out because we're on a live stream and I can't deal with it. Anatomy of a behavior with the retrieve, right? What are the behaviors involved in a retrieve? Anyone but Georgios can answer. I'll give a couple seconds to think about it. All the behaviors involved in a retrieve. What are they? And Antonis, if you were in class, I would make you do this. I would make you answer this. Right? So, most people tend to think of the retrieve as like, go get it, bring it here. Right? And that's two pieces. That's what happens with the retrieve. Some people say they need to go out there, bite the object, and bring it back to me and give. That's getting closer, right? Obedience retrieve, and I might be wrong on this. But it should be pretty close. Obedience retrieve, all of the skills required. Attention. What do we got out there? One of the bones. Attention. Attention. Orientation. Target. Approach. Arrive. Touch. Bite. Hold. Head turn. Orientation. Approach, arrive, sit, eye contact, give. That's a retrieve. Those are all the behaviors involved in a retrieve. We fix that. Epic, oops, I can't reach it. I can't reach it. Mine, by using the back chain of give. Or, oops, I can't reach it. Or, go get it. Bring it here. Right? And that's awesome if it's working. It's awesome if it's working. But as soon as it's not working, we have to figure out where the dog blows it. And if our understanding is go get it, bring it here, well, we're fucked, right? In addition to us knowing it, my dog needs to know attention, orientation, target, approach the target, arrive, touch, bite, hold, head turn, orientation, target, approach, arrive, sit, eye contact, give. They have to know all those skills if I am going to be able to use them to fix a problem, right? How's the dog to know those skills if I don't mark them? Or if I have never marked them, right? Homework for you, Antonis. And before we get to sending you on homework, do you know what scalloping is? Does anybody know what scalloping is? Am I running? Oh, not running everyone away. That's good. That's good. Scary conversation here. But I have very little problem explaining and often defending what it is I'm doing with my training. I don't mind. I know there are shortcomings with it, right? There's shortcomings with any training method. But I do mind it being misunderstood. I don't like that about it. I don't like to, you don't have to agree with me, right? But you can't put words in my mouth and say that that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, I have a problem with that end of it. Yeah, I'm sure, right? Explaining is really hard. Explaining takes a lot of time. It's much easier to show you. So that said, I'm going to show you putting the behavior in the cookie slot, or putting the criteria, my target behavior, the criteria I'm really trying to get into the consequence slot. I have to be better about talking about that. Epi, up, up, stall. You're going to stay there, King? So with the cupcake, King. Yeah, King. King. Yes, good man. Stall. So cupcake here. She eats the, dude, come on, dude. So she eats the cookie, right? Yes, that's the criteria I want, right? So when she looks up, that's the behavior. That yes, the consequence is the action, right? And that action just happens to be the behavior or the end criteria, the criteria that I'm looking for, King. Yeah, you knew, didn't you? You knew. Just so happened to be the criteria that I'm looking for. And when dude, come on, dude, King. So there's that soft dog bullshit. He's super, super tough. And then you like put a little pressure on him and he friggin' melts. It's so hard. Oh, what's that? What is that? Get out there, right? Dude, we're gonna do it again. Come on, cupcake. So funny. Visual acuity on the puppy, not so good. When she comes up for air, this will be null state. Behavior is orientation or coming up. Yes, consequence is the behavior I'm trying to create, or engagement, yeah? Yes, boom, pow. Yeah, yes, boom, pow. Yes, boom, pow. This trolling behavior is completely going to end. Because, yes, boom, pow. Yes, boom, pow. Oh. Right? Yes, boom. Yes, pow. Awesome, go do dog stuff, right? So in that, I was putting the target behavior of the hoop foundation. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, next time I will hold on to the collar and walk you back there. The behavior, the hoop behavior, to go over the arm, is the cookie, and it is my target behavior. So check this out. If she were checked out and she were walking around and sniffing, right? Traditional positive training, if I'm going to shape the engagement, I mark yes, I give the dog a cookie. What's she do? She sniffs again. Still, does anybody know what scalloping is? So Antonis doesn't. We have 7 people here. Georgios might. I don't think he does, actually. Okay. So scalloping, you should look it up. That's your homework. Do your homework, Antonis. Do your homework, or I'll throw you in a crate like Georgios. Scalloping is it's based on the graph, right? It goes up and it flatlines. It goes up and it flatlines, right? And so scalloping is when the dog gets what they want, they check out. And then they get what they want and they check out, right? It's the same thing that Congress does. American Congress. We don't have prime minister. We don't get to call elections or anything, right? So everyone is like, oh, let me do the thing. Let me do the thing. I will do anything for you. Your issues. I'm all about those. I'm all about those. They get elected and they disappear for 2 fucking years, 4 years, or 6 years. And then they come back and they say, oh, let me do the thing. Let me do the thing, right? So let me do the thing. Let me do the thing. They get it. They're gone. Let me do the thing. Let me do the thing. Let me do the thing. Yes, I get it. I'm gone, right? One-to-one reward schedule a one-to-one reward schedule is how you get scalloping. A one-to-one reward schedule is how you get scalloping, and the variable reinforcement is supposed to eliminate the scalloping. Yeah, no, don't do that while you're here. Don't do that while you're here. An empty cup is required, right? If you already, well, you know that story about the cup, right? Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So scalloping. If she would have, I'm out there working her. I'll fucking show you. I'll just show you, right? So let's say she's out there trolling around, right? And I say yes, and I give her a cookie. Now I have to get reset and then try and get this behavior, right? So I toss this out there. Yes, I give her a cookie, right? Now how do I get started from here? Boom, pow, yes. Yes, boom, and give her a cookie. Boom, pow, yes, good. We're working good. We're working good. Yes, boom, pow, yes. And it's funny, yes, good girl, look at her. Yes. Yes. But do you see that here we have all kinds of problems? The target behavior becomes difficult for me to manage. The setup becomes difficult for me to manage. Yes, boom, pow. Yes, boom, pow. Oh, get it, cupcake, go, get it. Yeah, good. Don't have a good scalloping illustration. Yes, boom, pow. Yes, good. Yes, boom, pow. Yes, boom, pow, pow, yes. Yes, boom, pow, pow, yes. Yes, boom, pow. Yes, boom, pow. Got my hands switched. Yes, boom, pow. And I can't fix it. Yes, boom, pow, pow. Good. Yes, hoop. Yes, good girl. Awesome. Wow, that was great. All right. Didn't get the scallop effect that I wanted. The session scalloped when I did that. When I paid her and she came to me, and I paid her, that moment was really hard for me to get started, right? Fortunately, she was kind of standing in the right place, and I just had to toss a cookie, right? But if I were in front position, there were a toy out or something like that, you're gonna see scalloping with that payment, that single payment within the chain, right? If you're always addressing a single thing, you're gonna wind up, I think, with scalloping. But look up scalloping, check it out, and then watch for it. Watch for it. I need to find some illustrations. So Alicia and Amber were here at camp, right? And in our classes, they both have done this skill with their dogs. Alicia has struggled with it, most likely because of the scalloping issue. Most likely because dog gets paid and then the team can't get set up and oriented. Essentially what I'm doing with the marking by slipping the criteria in the consequence slot is I'm skipping the setup. All I'm doing is getting reorientation, hoop, reorientation, hoop. Those are the only things I'm stroking, right? And those are the only things I want to stroke at this stage of the game. Other places I have eye contact, nothing's happening. So when I hang out, I have eye contact. Yes, hoop, go, go, go. Poof. Yes, good. Wow, she's amazing. You ready? Wait. See if we can get it without the pedestal there. All right, wait. It's like, I don't know what wait means. Yes. Boom. Nope, can't do it. Come on over here. Yes. Boom. Nope, not gonna get it. I have to push her up against the wall. Yes, boom. Do it. Yes, good girl. Get over there. Yes, boom. Come on, do it. Oh, what happened? Get out here, come on. You ready? Yes, boom. It's like, you didn't throw it, Ron, and they're right there. Ready? Boom, pow. Yes, good. And I'll just go back and do a bunch of boom, pow again. Yes, boom, pow. Yes, good. You ready? Let's go, go, go. Yes, boom, pow, yes. So with this, watch, I'm gonna slip the real criteria in here. Yes, boom, yes. Did you see that she finished pow? I didn't throw a cookie there. Yes, boom, pow, yes, good. Once I get her going and moving, without the setup, she cannot game me for the cookie. Yes, boom, yes, good girl. She can't game me for the cookie because we're already going. She is a smart little cupcake. All right, so yeah, that was a hit or miss lesson, not nearly as compelling as I would have liked to have demonstrated. The quality payment. There is a Sweet. There is a big danger here. There's a big danger here, and it's the same danger that's in the back chain. We're talking about how the back chain like hides a bunch of the truth, right? If I do oops, I can't reach it from the give, if I just teach a give and then do oops, I can't reach it, go get it, bring it here isn't even known. Certainly not all the behaviors of the retrieve, the attention, orientation, targeting, approach, blah, 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 that whole list. None of that gets worked. When I'm doing this with her, she orients yes, I mark yes, and then I present, boom, and she goes through and she eats and she orients yes, boom, pow. We're not getting any of that discrete, like eye contact. We're not getting a setup. We're not getting a sense of the line, right? We're not getting a bunch of shit. And there's just a bunch of shit we're not attending to within the session. And you can teach super, super fast that way, right? And then once you teach super fast that way, it's like the dog doesn't learn it deeply because it happens too fast. If something happens super fast, your dog doesn't know it, right? The other things that I'm doing, the attention to make the thing happen, and the other fucking blasphemous marking and blasphemous positive training I'm doing, is setting up those skills and that understanding. So I don't know why I'm getting blurry there. All right, who else is here? Anybody here? Who do we got? Oh, you just added the dog to the pack, Antonis. Right on. All right. What are you doing, Pan? Is it 8 o'clock yet? No, April's out there. Pan, you can't go out yet. Got dogs outside. You got to wait. Yeah. Let's see. So what else was I going to do today? Fuck, I got all distracted. I did set up moves. I did the hoop. I did make a note yesterday. Oh, puppy arms. I can do puppy arms. Should I do puppy arms? Yeah, I'll do puppy arms. Here you go, guys. You can tip your dog trainer. We're on Patreon. Patrons get access to class. This class is brought to you by patrons, and when I fire off this Patreon, our patrons shout out, it will not restart the stream. That's exciting. Again, Patreon is my only source of steady income. Everything else is gig-based. And this wouldn't be happening without patrons. So jump over there, support the show, get some access to some goodies in our classes. We do classes 3 times a week. What's up, April?
I'm taking off. ShamWow is here, and I just fed her, so she's going to need to go off pretty soon.
Okay, sweet.
All right, and you have, obviously, Grasshopper, Kiva, and
Swiffer. Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Yep. Did Swiffer eat right away?
No.
Swiffer didn't eat?
Nope.
No, so I can do something. Maybe I'll do something with Swiffer later.
Yep, that would be awesome.
Yep. Puppy arms over the arms, right? So yeah, I'll go ahead and set that up. Another thing I think that is kind of important with your training is to, I don't know, overlap, right? So hoop and arms are kind of the same move, right? But they're totally different, and they're pretty similar. I can use this right now and give her another experience of leaping over me and doing this stuff. And so, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Let me grab, all right, Epi, Epi, Epi. Yes, up, up. Good man, good work, good work. King. Stall. Good man. Chill, Epi. Don't do it, Epi. Hang on, no, no. Oh, whoa, whoa. Savage little cupcake. Excuse me. Thank you. Look out.
Brain melting.
Yeah, bring it, Antonis. Thank you, sir. I'm pretty sure that was you. That was your comment earlier. So I'll take the eye contact. Yes. Toss a cookie. Yes. And I'll pick her up right here with a cookie. Right? And I'll set here and toss there. Yes. Good girl. There's arms. Done deal. Eye contact. Epic zip. Yes. Boom. Pow. Yes. And I'll pay here. Yes. I'll pay her for eating it. Yes. Good girl. Epi, that'll do. Eye contact. Yes. Boom. Pow. Yes. Pay her there. Oh. Uh-oh. Wait for eye contact here. Yes. Boom. Yes. Good. So her eye contact made that. Yes. Boom. Pow. Yes. Boom. Yes. Good girl. Pow. Oh, you heard it, didn't you? Yeah, you heard it. You got really good ears. Your nose and your eyes are not very good, but your ears. All right, wait. Yes. Boom, pow. Yes. When she orients, boom, pow. Yes, good girl. Yes, boom, pow. Yes. Boom, pow. Yes, good girl. Awesome. Go do dog stuff. All right, puppy arms. Done deal. I was down there working, and you know what I was thinking? Excuse me, dude, I'm not marking as a trainer in this work. In this action work, I'm marking as a handler, right? So I think that's interesting. I don't know if I can flesh that out anymore. But while I was doing it, I was like, yeah, this is handling, right? I know what it is. In order for me to do that with the dog, I could do that without markers, right? And I would just handle the dog through it. I would wait for the dog to look at me. I would present there because the dog looked at me. I would throw the cookie. When the dog went over, I would put a cookie here. The dog would come in, hit there. I would wait for the dog to be ready, and then I would present here, and I would throw the cookie over there. Dog would do it, right? If I'm doing all that shit anyway, I might as well draw attention to it for the dog and the team, right? I'm not doing anything different than I would normally do. I'm setting my marker up so the next criteria hits a cookie slot. Yeah, Giorgio's marking, yep. And it's kind of like taking advantage of the drop. So in Frisbee, a bunch of people are like, you mark the drop all the time. Yep, fuck yeah. The only thing you're gonna do in Frisbee more than catch, if you're lucky, is drop. If you're not marking it, you've lost 35 cookies per minute. Good luck keeping the game on track, and good luck recovering when you make a miss, when you have a miss, or when the shit hits the fan, or when the dog gets distracted or something. It was awesome. Cupcake got arms and hoops. She's a badass. Got to do. I'll put her up on a pedestal too. So, we can do. Do you want to do some gap jumping? Do you want to do some gap jumping? Yes. Oh my gosh. Natural gap jumper. I told you, Antonis. Yes. Off. Yes. Good girl. Oh, what happened? Yeah, so she just dropped a cookie. She doesn't even fucking care. Yes. Good girl. Oh my gosh. OMG. Off. Yes. Good girl. Whoa. Yes. Off. Yes, good girl. Off. Yes, good girl. Up, up. Wait. Over. Yes. Wait. Over. Yes, good girl. Off. Yes. So I switch to over so I can stall. Oops, over here. Stall. Off. So stall will only release to off, right? Come on. Wait. Stall. She really working. Yes, good girl. So while she's up here, I'll pump her full of cookies, and then I'm going to ask her off. Wait. Yes. So the wait will resolve over to a conditioned response. Wait. Over. Yes. Off. Yes. Good girl. Wow. Wow, that girl. Ready? Stall. Oh my gosh. Epic. Stop. Off. Come on. Yes, good girl. Oh my gosh. OMG. She is amazing. Up, up. Wait. Twist. Yes, good girl. Twist. Yes, good girl. Off. Yes, good girl. Up, up. I'm sorry. Stall. Up. That'll do. Off. Yes, good girl. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Go do dog stuff. All right, so wait versus stall. A wait releases to a conditioned response, right? So wait will hey! Don't do it, Pan. That'll do. Pan, go do dog stuff. Don't act like you're dying. All right, so there we go. There's Epi being angry. And that's going to happen with off. That's not going to happen with yes. Off is my terminal mark. Off is the one that always pays. Off always pays. So, and if you think about it, off as a terminal mark, meaning end of duration, that's your traditional yes. So, Intonus, if you want to, Intonus or any other proper clicker trainers, off would be my click. Other than that, I'm using quote unquote a keep going thing. But keep going is so, like, that's so dumb. It's not keep going. That's like I'm doing a trick. It's not keep going. It's a communication tool. It says you're correct. And they happen to keep going because you didn't say yes. Right? But everyone has it up here as, oh, it's a keep going skill. Right? I'm not using it as a keep going skill. I'm using it as, I'm using my marker, yes, not as a keep going skill, as a communication tool that says you're correct. Right? And then after that, you have an 85% chance of having a discrete-ish positive marker, or a positive meaningful consequence, right? And then a 15% chance of having a null cookie, a cookie that isn't really a cookie. Essentially near miss, right? You're pulling jackpot or pulling the slot machine and you get 7-7, cherry 7. Oh, almost got it. I better do it again, right? Anyway. Fucking Epi, god damn it. But yeah, he gets frustrated. Both him and Polka. I think Ferris would do that as well. I don't think Cat and Jack give him that opportunity to get in that situation. I tend not to put epi in that situation either. I've been trying pretty hard to make it happen here. And I probably should have recognized the ramp up of anxiety. And I probably should have done something about that. But, you know, happens. Dude, nothing's happened. I do. So that is a fucking great question, Antonis. That is an amazing question because I do both, because it is both, right? It is both. And I don't think all of my clients do, right? So question is, do you mark off with yes, or does off serve as a marker also? It is both. Off is a behavior, right? So when their rear feet, they're jumping off, when their rear feet come off, I'm going to mark that. Historically, that will be marked, right? And then eventually it turns into, or I mean, not even eventually, they hear it sets up super fast just through the raw consequence of it. It's paired together so often, 30, 40 cookies, a dog is like off is the marker, right? And it becomes a marker. But how I use it is different, right? Like I can use it as a behavior, right? I can tell the dog to do the behavior by marking it when they do it, or I can use it as a marker by letting it stand. And I do think there is a distinction there, Antonis. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the exact distinction is, so I don't know. But I do use it as both. I find it useful to choose both. There's another place I think that's super interesting. I'll lock these guys out and do a few things with epi, just so nothing bad happens. Look out, everybody out there. Oh, very nice. Okay, so let me see if I can epi off over here. Down. Down. Yeah, he's like, you said off, Ron. You were just talking about how that's 100%er. Why are you lying to him? Why are you lying to people? Up, wait, right? So I marked with wait, right? Off. So watch how, wait, up, wait. See, he's relatively stable there, right? He did not hit my hand, right? He did not tear up my hand, right? Off. So if I call him up here, hang on, buddy, come here. Chill. If I call him up here and dude, wait. Good. Stall. Yes, wait. That is a different critter entirely. So when I brought him up on this one, I marked it and I reinforced with wait. He softened up much more, right? Off. And I'd like to be able, let me see, let me try the other camera. Maybe it'll be a little closer. I can probably zoom in with this one. Hang on, give me a sec. So the idea of whether or not you mark with wait, whether or not you mark with the cue, right, or your marker, changes how the dog acts, right? So off, up. Let's try again. Wait, up, wait. So he's tearing up my hand. Maybe he's fidgeting a little bit. You can't really see it. Off. When I bring him up and I mark yes, wait, much more stable there. So I'm not getting any kind of distinction with this. Off. I can maybe try it with another dog. Epi. Up. Chill. Let me get these guys in real quick. Pan, Cupcake, Kingling. Come on. Come on. Pan. All right, so let me try with king here. Wait. Dude. No fucking thugging, dude. Don't do that. Off. Wait. Off. Yes, wait. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Off. I don't have a rule. Epic, epic. Yes. Oh, you fucker, dude. I'll be right back. Pan. Come on, let's go. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm back to square one on that. God damn it. Dumbass. You guys still here? Awesome. All right. To rethink that. Pan's all right. Epi's a dick. King, off. Up, wait. Off. Up. Yes, wait. Right? Big difference between those two. King, off. And it's situation by situation basis, dog by dog basis. Yeah, right? Yeah, recidivist fucking thug beating up old ladies, man. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool at all. Bums me out. So, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and here's the other thing, man. If you're marking good as a keep going signal, the dog will get it as a keep going signal, right? The handler's intent really matters. You know, I mark as information. My dogs know that, right? I find that a keep going signal often is non-discrete, right? You know, when you talk about keep going signal, I tend to think of like Sinaliyah, if you've ever heard of that, the Israeli training system, where you give the marker, you know, kleva, 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 and you give your terminal mark. It's an interesting idea. You know, you get the behavior started, and then you give the keep going signal, and it's a repetitive signal, and the dog should do that until that repetitive signal ends, and then there's a terminal mark. And I'm not doing either one of those with my marker, right? But if your dog is up there, right? So he's up there, right? And if I say good, if I tell him good right now, right? Good. Right? What's that marker for? What's that marker for? And what was the dog doing that earned it? I'll leave it rhetorical unless you want to answer it, Antonis, right? So he's up there, he's doing nothing. I want him to stay there. He should be doing nothing now. When I say good, and then I walk over here and pay him, there's some kind of consequent relationship. Something started that. Or if I say good, right? Something happened there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have talked to him, right? And I think with the keep going signal, it's easy to not put it on the exact behavior, right? And I'm not doing that. I'm only marking for discrete behavior. So when my dog hears the yes marker, they know that the discrete behavior happened. What was I doing at that point in time? It was important, right? And I don't think the good marker is often used like that. A lot of times it's like that you look over, oh, he's still there, good, 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 right? That's not what my yes means at all, right? When I say good, what's he doing? What's the discrete action I marked, right? Yes, I marked him looking, right? And now he knows it's a discrete action. That action of looking is what's good. Now he'll start looking, right? But the keep going marker is a much wider, it's a fatter marker. It's like a big fat line, right? It's like I'm using a nice fine pencil or a nice fine pen with my marker. And the good keep going signal, I think tends to be like a big fat line because people use it like good. Oh, that was good, right? And he didn't do anything. And that's not what I'm doing at all. I'm marking discrete behaviors. Anyway. All right, so let's see, what else can we do? Gap jumping over it. Yeah, let's, do I want to do that? Yeah, same thing with a no reward marker, right? Now here's the thing, dude. There's nothing wrong with that dog being dependent on that. If you can do it and it doesn't bother you, right? Every training method has something just like that. Every single, yours too. Your training method has problems built into it. My training method has problems built into it. Synalia has problems built right into it. Proper Karen Pryor clicker training has problems built right into it. You know, training with electricity, training with collars, training with blah, 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 blah. Because you'll recognize all the markable behavior within something that just looks like retrieve. So, okay, hang on. All right, so let's take this whole thread. Yes, I don't like keep going signals either. I've noticed sometimes a smart dog will get dependent on that to continue the behavior. Same thing with no reward markers, right? No reward markers wind up being keep going signals or checkpoints for dogs, so I use them, I don't depend on them. That's why the anatomy of retrieve is important, because you'll recognize all the markable behavior with something that just looks like retrieve. Yeah, and so Georgios, the piece I think that's important is historically you have to have markers so the dog recognizes them as well, right? The dog needs to recognize them as markable, bona fide behaviors. Right? If the dog recognizes, if I have a really good foot target on my dog and he's running by and he happens to, if I have a really good foot target on my dog and he's running by and he happens to do that, and I mark yes when that happens, he knows that that foot target did it. If he doesn't have a foot target and he runs by and hits that, oh, what was that? I don't know what that was. Now I have to set it up again and we do it again. Ooh, is it really my foot? He'll run by and then he'll hit it, right? But if I have a really good foot target behavior and the dog runs by and hits that and I mark yes, They know exactly what it was, right? So if the dog has a history of orientation, of orienting their body, orienting to me, orienting to the thing, orienting to this, orienting to that, turning their head, that kind of stuff. When I mark that, they'll know that it's meaningful and they'll know what was marked. They won't be guessing. And I find that to be very valuable with the shit ton marking. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Bunch of stuff. And you don't have to mark any of it. But I think you probably should pay attention to the anatomy of retrieve, to that splitting up of behavior, right? You know, be a splitter, not a lumper. Like, go get it, pick it up, and bring it here. That's being a splitter. And you know, when being a splitter is attention, target, orient. I'm sorry, attention, target, head turn, orient, target, approach, arrive, touch, bite, hold, head turn, orient, target, approach, arrive, sit, eye contact, give. Right? Like that real fine line. And you never need that, ever, until you need it, until you got to fix something. Right? So when I have a problem with a retrieve, all I do is I find the place that problem happens. Right? Let's say the dog gets there and looks at me. The dog gets there, targets it, and won't pick it up. What do I need to do? Right? What do I need to do? And it's pretty easy for me. If I mean, I'd just put a give on it, a really strong give, and then I'd be done with it, right? But like, let's say I try that and it doesn't work, and the dog just isn't getting it. The team are not getting it, right? So what do I do next? The dog gets there and looks at the handler. What do I do next? Yeah. Yeah, it is silly talk all the time until you fucking need it, right? Yeah, completely. So when my dog gets out there, targets the object, looks back at me, right? I put the bite on them. I put a bite on them. A bite work, bite and give, bite and give, bite and give, or bite drop, give. Bite, drop, give, bite, drop, give, bite, drop, give. Now the pickup from the drop is fucking hot. Now I allow him to go out there, and he gets out there, and he touches the object, turns and looks at me, and I go, and he goes, oh, drop and, or bite and drop and give. You know, pick it up and give, right? And I know exactly where to go with that. And I have a history of marking it, and the dog has a history of receiving a mark on it. So that's pretty helpful. That's pretty helpful. All right, enough of this dumb stuff. I do feel the need to kind of protect myself on that a little bit, though, because I'm definitely not always paying or rewarding behavior. Right? I'm very frequently reinforcing behavior. In some of the next week when we go through, I'll start to get into some of the tactics and strategies and Kneff and stuff and other weird things. But yeah, I'm into reinforcing behavior much more so than paying it. All right. It is just silly talk. Let's see, what else we got? What can we do? What time is it? What time is it? What's happening here? The fuck? All right, let's see. Let's throw on. I wish I had anatomy of a behavior. That would be great. I do have a bunch of good videos. I selected a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of new stuff too, so. How long is the lead change? Not long enough. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do. Man. Looking for something that's awesome, guys. How long is that? That's pretty long, isn't it? This is annoying. Oh, that's a good one. Here. We'll do this. I will be right back, guys. Give me a moment. King's doing good work. That low juggle, real tough, man. Real tough. I should have continued it on, but yeah, King. He's such a fucking bonehead. He's so awesome. I need to pull up some video from a couple weeks ago because literally, he did all his work here in class, and he's really solid. And you know, Epi's really solid too. He's just, I fucking turn on the cameras, dude, and it's like Ring Smart or Frisbee contest. You know, the rules are different, and it's and he's physiologically affected. He doesn't make good decisions. Sucks. All right, and Pan is a dumbass. Like Pan has like super powerful kung fu, right? And she used to have teeth, right, to back it up. You know, she could protect herself, and now she's just got this wicked kung fu, right? She can make dogs knuckle under, and so she walks around like this and puts herself, like her and Epic have had 5-7 little toss-ups like that, right? And he beats her up a little bit, and I break it up, or he leaves her alone, yeah. And you'd think she'd not wander like right up under him and get in his face, and she doesn't. She just like, I'm the fucking boss here, right? And almost all the time it works for her, you know, unless one of the dogs is super high or super crazy for some reason. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna do some stuff with King off. I'm gonna do some stuff with the cupcake. Some Frisbee stuff. King, stall. Great work, Dragon. I love that. Kung Fury, if you guys want to watch it, it's awesome. It's on YouTube. It's one of my favorite movies. You know what? No, I'll use discs. Let me see where the little ones. So I'm going to take what we did with the cookies with her. And I am, come on, Ron, where are those? Gosh darn it. And I am going to, I guess we'll use these. They're a little big, but you'll get them. All right. And I'm going to, yeah. I'm going to do exactly the same stuff. You ready? She's going to release. Yes, I'll present the lure. Dude. Come on. Yes, good girl. Whoa. Look at her. Oh my gosh, she's awesome. Ouse. Yes. Yes, good girl. Whoa, she's amazing. Ouse. Dude. Ouse. Yes. Yes, good girl. Wow. That girl. Ouse. Yes. Come on. She's like, what? You ready? Let's go. We'll try again. You ready? Yes. Oh, yes. Good girl. Ouse. Yes. Oh, yes. Good girl. Ouse. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Well, get off cookie work. Get off the cookie work. We gotta get smashing it. You ready? I'll take the eye contact. Yes. Yeah. Oh, you ready? Yes. Come on. We'll try again. Let's go. Yes. Yes. Good girl. So that's the same movement, right? Ouse. Yes. Get around. Come on. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Rear cross. Front cross. Come on, hot stuff. Let's go. Ouse. Yes. King. King. Dude. Ready? Yes, good girl. Awesome. Ouse. Yes. Oh. Oh, you ready? Attention. Yes. Oh, almost. Whoa, look at her. Look at her. Ready? Come on. Yes, good girl. Awesome. Ouse. Yes. Yes, good girl. So it's exactly the same movement, man. Ouse. Yes. Yes, good. And now she's transferring from disc to disc, right? Part of the reason the clockwise around isn't working so well, ouse. Yes. And this one here is because she didn't know that I would throw it with the left hand. That was awesome. Look at her. Oh my gosh. Ouse. And I'll go through. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Awesome. Whoa. Ouse. We'll go through the other way. Yes. Oh, right here. Oh, you ready? Come on. We'll go this way. Let's do the whole thing. You ready? She's like, I'm tired, Ron. I'm tired. Yes. Come on, hot stuff. Eye contact. Yes. Oh. Yes. I pass it. We could pass it. You're good. You're done. You're done. You're all done. Okay, go do dog stuff. Good job. You demonstrated it. You demonstrated it. All right. Hopefully you guys got to see that. Not as awesome as I would have liked to have seen from her. I thought she'd be a little more fired up. But I got your permit, right? I got your cupcake right here. You got a permit for that cupcake? Right? Yeah, totally. Good work, Dragon, is coming straight from that too. God damn it, you're the best partner I've ever had. Thanks, I learned from the best. Kung Fury for anyone, well, I'm running people out of here pretty good, so. All right, but you could see that was exactly the same movement, right? And a bunch of the time, king, king. Yes, good man. A bunch of the time, Yes. Oh my gosh, that guy. Yeah, awesome. Good work, Dragon. Go to dog stuff. Several times, most of the time, she was kind of like, I don't know. And then the discs matched, and she was like, boom, I'm on it. Right? And that match becomes something that the dog looks for. Right? So initially, when I was pulling between my legs and matching under my leg and moving it with my left hand, she's like, I don't see anything that happens with the left hand. I don't know what that is, Ron. But then a few reps later, she wound up understanding that, oh, you mean it's like you passed it. Okay. Right? And then she started to do it, and it started to force the disc to be coughed up. It started to make the disc be thrown. She was on it, right? She was on it. So same movement, transfers to the front and rear cross, round, backwards through, round both directions. So yeah, pretty good. Yeah. Yep. Yep. The cupcake and the king. If you guys know that, whatchamacallit, Jimmy Buffett song, The Captain and the Kid, I'm going to do the cupcake and the king with it. Yeah, and super awesome. Cupcake got Epi to play yesterday. I almost fucking cried yesterday. I was like watching him play. Because Epi grew up in a rather stodgy environment, and he was kind of a dick, right? So he never got to play. Kind of like that little cartoon, Play With Me, that guy. Play with me. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Little cartoon guy demanding everyone play with him. He was kind of like that. And then Cupcake like loosened him up. And I was super excited because he was loosened up and was playing with a dog. And it was really emotive for me. It was really cool. And then he beats Pan's ass twice today. Like, fuck. I am 12 hours overdue for feeding. And, you know, he's totally Georgios, he's so fucking fat, dude. He's so fucking fat. Epi is so fat. He's like a coffee table, man. And I don't know where he's getting the extra calories. Not from me. But, you know, 12 hours, he's obviously got to be wasting away, right? Anyway, let's see. Pan is annoying. Yeah, she parks herself like right in circulation, you know what I mean? You know, there's a active shooter downtown. Pan fucking walk right down there, man. All right, here I am, just pedestrian about town. She's crazy. All right, so anything else? Anything we want to hit on? I mean, we beat the marker stuff to death and had a good brain melter, good brain melting conversation. What else? Let me see. Done hoop and arms with the puppy. I could do. I'll do some collection and localized collection and localized landing work with King. He needs to do that. So I'll go ahead and do that. Let me just do something real quick. And I need to get some music on here for when we're working. Gosh darn it, man. All right, never mind. I'll be right here. Ignorant mob. Just gonna pull up some music real quick. Ignorant. Yes. Yes. Other toys. So medium value toy is a common tactic, Antonis, right? So a lot of times discs or, well, let's just say discs are too high a value of toy. And so transitioning from cookies to discs can be difficult. You can use a medium value toy for your bite work, and you can use a medium value toy for like drop and give. I also, with give, if I have like a real drivey dog who won't give, right? They want to tug on the toy, and I go to a medium value toy, and they still want to tug on that. I'll use a bone like this, and I'll ready, take. Yes, mine. Yes, good man. Take. Get it, take. You can do it, take. We haven't done this actually. I need to put it on him. I should probably put a get it, get it. We've been through this already. Ready? Mine. Mine. Yes, good man. But I'll use a shank bone. Go to dog stuff. I'll use a shank bone with certain dogs and ask them to take it and give. And then that way I can control the fact that they don't really want it. I don't, maybe. I don't see any need to make it that way. I have a lot of dogs. We have a lot of dogs that like balls more than Frisbees, right? But what I do want, I want the dog to want the toy that I have. The toy itself is garbage, dude. The toy itself is just a fucking chew toy. It's only in the action of the toy that it becomes something special, right? And you know what toy my dogs want? The one that I have. That's the one that they want. That's what I want. I want, instead of, do you want the Frisbee to be the highest of value, right? No, I want the one that I have to be the highest of value, right? And that's pretty easy to do, actually. It's a mindset. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so like if you're starting out and it's a really chewy toy, like the dog has to chew it for a while before they do something, you might want to select a different toy. But I just tend to work off the drop anyway, right? Like I don't care, you know. I just wait for the dog to drop and mark it a few times. Again, it becomes the toy that I have, right? I mark when the teeth come off, yes, and I present this toy, bang, right? This toy becomes super exciting. If the dog goes back to that, nothing's happening with it. They rah, rah, rah on it, right? And then they stop and I say, yes, and I offer this one. And they rah, rah, rah on it. And I, yes, when they drop it, and I, boom, and they come off it because that one's lame. And the one that I have is exciting. And I don't try to fight the dog over it. I just present it. They take their teeth off, I present it. I throw the roller, right? I don't care if they go and get it or not. I don't try and make them go get it. If they take their teeth off, yes, I throw the roller. Not my problem. You're the one that didn't take your cookie. You're the one that didn't take the exciting one. You went for this bullshit one that you already got. And after 3 or 4 of those, they jump up and hit the toy. If you're doing that, dog is chewing on the toy, right? Rah, 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 and they take their teeth off. Yes, you throw the roller and they just stay here and they just chew, 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 right? And they take their teeth off. Yes, they throw the roller and they look. If they look at the roller, you got them. 100% you've got them. That was a reinforcer for the drop. If you double, triple, quadruple down on that, the dog will come off of it. Numerous camps. I've had a dog that's a mauler, and a mauler or a gatherer, or they take it and they run under a chair or something like that and they hold it. And they do that because when they do that, the handler goes, you know, Chuck, come on, get over here, do the thing, come on. The handler gets all, right? And it's a way for the dog to build drive on their handler, right? I can't take it over there right now. I'm going to stay under the chair here because my, Ron's not drivey enough yet. Let me wait here a little while longer until he gets himself worked up high enough, and then I'll go over and hook up with him, right? There's that aspect of it, and then there's the other aspect of they're over there chewing it, and you're going, go Chuck, go, Chuck, go, Chuck, go, wah wah Chuck, wah 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 Chuck, wah 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 Chuck, right? And so he's in circulation. They're screaming my name, man. They're screaming my name, and when the dog takes it under the chair with me, I do this. They take their teeth off. I say, yes, I throw a roller. And everybody laughs. So the dog goes back and chews, right? In the camp environment, everybody laughs. Dog happens to drop it just because they're chewing, take their teeth off to bite it the other way. I mark yes, I throw it. The dog looks at it like that, right? Just a quick look over there. And I got him. And everybody laughs again because the dog goes back to chewing. And I'm like, depending on how hard the dog looks, I'll choose a number. He will go get it on this next one, and everyone will laugh again. And I'll throw the roller and he'll go get it, right? If the dog looks at the reinforcement you offer, it was reinforcing, right? If they're engaged and they don't look the first time, yes, and they don't look, and then yes, and they look like this, you've got them. Keep going. It's way better than what they're doing. They're only chewing on the toy to get you to hop and to get you to address them. All right. So do you want the Frisbee to be the highest value? Is it necessary? Maybe cloud the dog's mind. Maybe an impossible task, right? Maybe an impossible task. I think it's not necessary. It's much more preferable to get the idea that the toy that I have is the toy that you want. My dog wants the toy that I have, right? King doesn't know how to bite things that's not a Frisbee. That's something we have to do. I forgot about that again when I offered that bite to him on the shank bone. And I have to work on that. And I actually have to kind of get my shit together because I'm going to do it on a live stream, and I don't really remember kind of how I do it, right? And I'd rather not like blind man try and find my way around to get the skill on a live stream. And I might do a forced hold with him on stream. That might be something of value, right? Since April did assistance dog work, we have used a forced hold is in our quiver of tricks. And it's funny because people hear a forced hold and they think ear pinch and they think horrible and whatnot. Our dogs, when we put it on all of our Pawsitive trained dogs who had never been corrected in 2010, they wound up lining up repeatedly. Literally, they